Hey guys, week 4 for my road to West Coast Throwdown. Trying to get better to actually be competitive at West Coast Throwdown is over. So that means I've only really got 2 more weeks of prep and then the actual week of the event. I'm still super excited for it, but I have to admit this week's been kind of a bummer. So I had, 3 broken whoops. My second Street League quad was broken. The whoops were luckily pretty easy to fix. With this Street League quad, I went ahead and swapped out my spare ESC and my spare motor, waited for the other motor that I ordered to get in stock, swapped all that on, put it up. It flew, but it sounded terrible. And it was this weird, it was fine when you were under some throttle, but once you went off throttle, it had this weird buzzing noise. And at first I thought it was something loose, so I tightened all the arms. I even replaced the capacitor to see if that was what was the problem, and it still had the problem. And then eventually I just went ahead and swapped out the flight controller, the SpeedyV F405 V3, out for the SpeedyV F405 V4 that I had, and now the problem's solved. So unfortunately that means that I fried an ESC, a flight controller, and 2 motors, and that's almost close to $100 worth of equipment just gone in an instant. FPV ain't cheap. But now this one is up and running and flying. I still got a lot of prep to do, and it rained, like I said, 3 days this week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so it was a little rough start to the week. And I have to admit, I lost a lot of motivation this week, mainly because everything was breaking and I couldn't really tell if I was going faster or not. I think the Velocidrone tracks come out on Thursday, so it was kind of late in the week before I got into that, and I actually noticed something that I think is actually pretty nice. Okay, so what we're going to be looking at here is week 3 of Velocidrone, and just kind of noticing how soon I was turning for things, and I did it a little okay here, but then I went wide there, went through there before turning, kind of turned as I was going through. You see how far over I went. This one I almost missed, and then turn, and then that one I missed because I didn't turn early enough for it. So you have to really memorize the track with Street League and pre-turn heavily. That one I missed. That one was okay, but I still kind of turned late. And I was kind of noticing this, that I was doing so terrible with this, and then I went back in week 4 and I flew the same track, but I didn't record it, but I managed to get 10-15 seconds faster, and it was just because I was nailing the pre-turn. So I was lining up the gate, and then before you get to the gate you would look to where the next one is and just kind of drift through that gate. And that's the thing that with Street League you kind of have to get good at, because you can't really, they're so heavy and so little power that you end up having to drift through corners really strongly. So that's kind of what I noticed that I wasn't really doing in week 3. And then let me see, where is this? Is this week 4? I think this is week 4. And with this one, you might be able to notice that I actually did quite a bit better. So let's go to the end of this one. Let's see, do the final one. And as you can see, I'm turning way earlier, before I get to it. That one I turned way earlier. I turned way earlier there. I turned here before you get to the flag. And that one wasn't that great. That one was a little bit better. And then I turn here and see, I'm turning way earlier, and I'm still need a little bit of work, but I was noticing I was quite a bit faster doing the pre-turns there, and that's I think half the battle with the Street League quad. The other half is not going wide. That one I kind of turned the wrong way, but going wide is kind of the other problem, and I feel if you nail the pre-turn, you actually fight the going wide part a little bit, because that wide kind of sends you into that turn a little bit more. The other thing I need to work on is, the gates are a little harder to hit, I feel because they're so small and the quad's so big. So I need to work on that. I need to work on going full throttle more and not crashing as much. Then I have some ideas for how I want to practice all that in week 5, which I will get to next week. But that's kind of one of the things I'm looking towards. But I was very excited that I was actually getting my pre-turns down a little bit better. Let's see if I get another cool example of it, like turning way before I get to the flag there and drifting around. And this one was the big one because you'd have to turn way before, and then here you kind of go straight, and then you have to turn before you get to that flag. And that's the one that I was struggling with, was that last one. But I think I did end up getting, what, a 131. I think I ended up actually finishing, did I do it again? I think I ended up finishing with like a 118 was my fastest on this one. It was really hard to recreate it. And there was somebody still down in the 90, like 99s, somewhere around there with the 7-inch, but I was second on the leaderboard with the 7-inch quad, and I was able to get down to that only like 20 seconds between me and him, so quite a bit of improvement over the last week. Now, because I actually noticed that I was hitting those pre-turns better, I decided to go back and run a track that I've been doing a lot in the last 6 months, I want to say. So this is the 2023 Street League Championship league, or track. This is the one that Evan Turner actually did, and he won the Street League final last year. And I've been practicing on this one, and before before this week, the highest I was able to get on this was about a 117, 118, and I was really kind of impressed with how much better I ended up getting. So like really pre-turning early, pre-turn, like you really have to kind of drift through those. This is the hardest, I think, corner, because you have to go up and then kind of catch yourself, and then pre-turn and dive through that. And this one also, it's like you have to get fast enough, go through it, not like overshoot it too much. And then the ladder is probably my weakest point on this one. Like, I'm okay at ladders, but it kind of takes me a while to get used to them. And then you've got the, what are those called? Corkscrew right there. And then that's one lap. So I ended up with a 35 for my first lap. Let's see what the second lap is. Doing some pretty good pre-turns there. I was struggling always to get full throttle on that one. That one wasn't too bad. Kind of lost some momentum on that corner. This one I did really well. Turn again, go through, do the ladder. The ladder I kind of still go a little wide, but not terrible. That part I'm really good at, that reverse split S. That one I didn't turn fast enough, so I lost a tiny bit of time there. Let's see what we get here. That one I got like almost a second faster than the first lap. So pre-turn, drift out, kind of go up and over. That one I lost a little bit of time, I think, there. But then turn, kind of raise up and dive down. And we gotta do the little spinny corkscrew. That one was not the best, but not bad. And then that ladder dive part was bad, but I kind of recovered decently. Let's see if I turn fast enough. Oh, I really pre-turned there. That was good. I lost some momentum there, but not terrible. And boom, 107.14. So just doing the, like, what we're week 4 weeks in of practice and like consistently practicing, and I've already improved about 10 seconds over 3 laps here. That's actually pretty promising, but I still think I need to get like another 10 seconds off to really be competitive, and I only have 2 weeks to do it, so that's going to be the struggle. Okay, well, week 4 is over. That means I've only got week 5 and week 6 to prep for West Coast Throwdown now. I have a couple of things I really need to get done now that all my quads are built and flying. Mainly, I think I'm going to be building a track that specifically has things I'm bad at in Velocidrone and run that a million times and just try to get better at it. Somewhere in here, I need to also fix my car, because I have 2 cars at the moment. I have a little Miata that doesn't have AC and gets really hot in the summer because your foot's right next to where the catalytic converter is. And then I have a Subaru Legacy GT Turbo, which is a really fun car. It's just kind of really heavy. It sucks to drive in traffic, but it has AC running, and I can drive that down to West Coast Throwdown instead of my Miata. I also need to start prioritizing getting my tool set up so that I have stuff with me ready to fix stuff. So yeah, I think those are the 3 things I need to work on, is getting my car up and running, practicing all the things I'm terrible at, and getting a tool set all set up so I can actually repair things while I'm there. So, see you next week while I mostly fly Velocidrone again.